Hey. Oh Lord, I
Hey.
meant to change my shirt. Dang nabbit. I got something on it earlier and it just looks dirty. But I'm so busy I didn't get a chance to change it. But anyway, how you doing? How were the holidays, the New Year's, and all that good stuff?
Uh, it was
Okay.
okay, not okay at the same time because New Year's Day made 13 years that my grandmother passed away from cancer. So
So is this a hard storyline for you to talk about?
I cried yesterday when I finally sat down and kind of because I watched this week. It was kind of hard, but I'm okay now.
Yeah, this was a rough week for you to watch. And then on
Mhm.
the anniversary as well. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, I'm sorry.
so yeah, it made me feel some things, but that's why I will say before we even get into it, because I know a lot of people were upset this week with how Kat reacted. I wasn't. And I know y'all gonna be like, JB, you defend Cat. I do defend Cat, but at the same time, I've been in Cat's shoes. So I know what that feels like to hear that your grandmother, the matriarch of your family, has cancer. And then, my grandfather had it. So when I went to my doctor last year, he started talking about, because I'm getting to a certain age, he was like, we got to start talking about, doing your screenings and stuff. I was like, oh
Yeah.
God. And it's scary. It is really
It's
scary to think
very
about.
scary. It's absolutely scary. My grandfather died of cancer and my grandmother had breast cancer. That's not what she ultimately passed from. But again, my aunt had breast cancer. So of course, those are the conversations. So I get it, And to be fair, I understood Kat's response as well. I honestly did. Because at the end of the day, what more can they do?
Exactly. We can run the test and
I mean,
at
all
the
they
very
can say is, "Oh, well, I mean, not to get too technical, but the only difference in Kat getting the test and seeing that she's a genetic marker versus Kat not getting the test is that her insurance will pay for her to be screened earlier. Because most of the times for women, they won't pay for you to get a mammogram until a certain age unless you have some sort of pre-existing.
hmm
So, but in her case, they don't need the money. Like they can afford to pay out of pocket if they really need to. So the reality is, I do get it. I mean, I understand the family's response, but I understand where she's coming from. She's like, look, I'm not gonna live my life under a cloud because if I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it. There's nothing I can do to change it. So I do understand her response. And to be fair, I understand where Ted is coming from. Ted's like, look, she's grown.
Exactly.
All we can do is give her the leeway and give her the open door that
And give
if
her
and
the
when she
tools.
changes her mind, we'll be there to say, we're here with you. And
hmm
I think, what I also think people need to understand too, and this, y'all know we kind of all over the place, but this whole episode, this whole week was basically about Anita. So we're just going to kind of just talk about it. I also understood, and to be honest, I was glad that Bill was there when the girls were jumping on Danny. Danny was like, "Look, I just found out my mama
And
had
it's her
cancer. I
mother.
need a minute.
And it's her
Like, I'm
mama.
sorry that I didn't call you the 5 minutes after I found out, but could I get a night to
Exactly.
process? Could I get
And
one night to myself to process?
that was
Like,
my thing. It was like, okay, I get it. They're upset. But again, this is her mama. Like, this is her mother. I know she's your grandmother. And I even had to put myself in that situation because I was upset with my mama too when I found out about my grandmother having cancer. Because I used to take my grandmother to all of her doctor's appointments, right? But then
mm-hmm.
it was just one day, my mom like, yeah, no, we gonna take my mama to the doctor. And I was like, why y'all taking her? I'm like, I typically take her to the doctor, right? And they were like, we just gonna take her. And so they took her, and I got out of class, and we got to the house, and they were like, we need to sit down and have a conversation as a family about Big Mama. And I was like, what's going on? And that's when they was like, she has cancer. And I was like, no, 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 no. I was in denial. And I was upset. I was like, why come y'all didn't let me, why come y'all didn't, us grandkids were kind of like them. We were upset. But then one of my older cousins had to send because there's some difference, some age gaps between some of me and my cousins, and had to sit us down and be like, y'all, especially me and my I have a cousin that I have two cousins that I'm really close to, but I have one that we're like a few months like we're not exactly a year apart, we're less than a year apart. So me and her were super duper close to our grandmother, and she and I took it the hardest. And so my big cousin, she had to sit down with us. She was like, y'all,
Hey, Spilly boy, you want
hey,
to come
Spiller
up?
boy. But she was
I
like,
keep saying I keep saying I'm gonna send him the link, and we be waiting to listen. We literally waited to the last minute on this
today
one.
we did.
Right. We were like this morning. I was like, so you want to do it? What time you want to do it?
Right.
So my apologies. But if you got time to come up, I'll send you the link. I know you might be busy, but if you got time.
But yeah, she sat us down and said she sat us down and she had to tell us like, y'all, I know y'all love Big Mama.
Oh, you? Of course he is. He in them streets, honey.
She's like, I know y'all love Big Mama, but that's still
Yeah.
y'all have to remember that's their mother.
That's their yeah. And so I think a lot of times we do get tunnel vision, and you know, and I also think people need to respect that. You know, when people say my body, my choice, I think a lot of times people limit it to just thinking about abortion. But no, it's really my body, my choice. If I don't want to go have genetic testing, it's her choice.
But I got what she was saying. It's like, even if they find it, what is it gonna change? Only thing that will change.
It's not.
It's gonna if I have the markers in me, then we can do preventative stuff. But it's not going to say, okay, she has the marker. Let's it's not gonna make it's gonna make a difference. But it's she don't want to live the rest of her life in fear.
Right. And I know what a lot of women choose to just have I know somebody in the chat said Dr. Contessa had the gene, so that's why she had the mastectomy. Angelina Jolie, Alicia, was it Alicia Silverstone? Was it Alicia Silverstone?
I believe so.
I think it was Alicia Silverstone had the double mastectomy. A friend of mine, she got breast cancer, and she needed to do, the recommendation was for her to have the mastectomy, and she went on and did a double. Did I say vasectomy? Y'all know, I didn't say vasectomy. Maybe it sounds like it. I'm saying mastectomy. Let me be clear. Mastectomy. I'm not saying vasectomy. I know that's a man. Raven. But it may just be the way it's coming out. It sounds like it. But I had a friend that did the same thing. And, her doctors told her what the percentages were. And she went on and had the double mastectomy. And so somebody in the chat said, Dr. Contessa. So I definitely understand why some women would choose to make those decisions. But I also understand, like you said, I understand and I like the fact that the writers are giving us both perspectives, because that is real. That's real. Yeah. There are some women that are like, yeah, I'm just gonna live. It's Raven, I'm good. I ain't. But some people, that's just how they choose to live their life, and I just think that we have to respect people's decisions.
Absolutely.
It's like if a woman decides to get her tubes tied, and people say, "Well, what if you want more kids?" Obviously, I don't want more.
But it was just a lot of people who were just upset that Kat didn't want, even on top of her mama and Martin being upset. It was a lot of people online upset with her.
Really?
They were like she was selfish. I'm like, that's not selfish. It's her decision. She doesn't want to live in fear. Like, cancer is one of the worst things you can hear. And then for you to hear that it's something that runs in it's a gene that's in your body that you really can't do much about. Like if it metastasizes and all that kind of stuff, then you can take the test and see if you have the genetic marker and then go from there. But even if you have the genetic marker, it doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily get it.
Right. Corey said, I'm a 2-time survivor. I hate this storyline. Yeah, it was somebody else in our chat. I don't think it was you, Corey. I think it was somebody else that said that they couldn't watch it. Below said, it's her choice, but burying her head in the sand won't make it any better. Knowledge is power. She can make sure her physicians take extra precautions. I don't disagree with. Yeah, I don't disagree that I think she should, but I'm just saying I understand why she doesn't want to. But I also think that when Kat calms down, processes, she may make a different decision. But just because she's not ready to jump on it when everybody else is, give her time. And I think that's what Ted is saying. He's like, look, beating her up isn't going to make her change her mind. We know how she is. We know how stubborn she is. Mm-hmm. Hell, y'all can't even get her to be nice to Eva. So, and that's been a year. So,
and I think we're jumping the gun. I will say, I think we're jumping the gun just a tad bit, because at this point, Nicole nor Danny have been tested. So we don't even know if Nicole or Danny have the gene, because it would be passed down for Kat, it would come from Nicole. And then for Naomi and Chelsea, it will come from Danny. But neither Nicole nor Danny have their results yet. So it's
Right.
not
I
so.
think we need to just calm down, everybody. And again, I think, I've been beating up the writers for the last couple of weeks about different things that I'm not crazy about that they're doing, or I don't understand that they're doing. But what I will say is so far, let me knock on some wood. So far, I think they're doing a very responsible job in how they're writing this storyline. And the acting has been really, really good. I'm here for it. I think some, like, I just think, and I love how they're doing it in stages where they're like, look, Anita finding out. Now Anita has to tell her husband. Now they have to tell the kids. The kids have to tell their kids. Now we have to deal with this Gene. Now we got to deal with these ex-husbands. And where do they fit in the moment? I love, because I think it's so real.
I do too.
It's really so real. Did y'all notice that Ashley and Naomi got new pictures in the opening credit? I didn't even, I fast forward through
I did. Yeah, Ashley, and I definitely saw that. Because people also noticing, which I want to say this real quick. Y'all do know that they have two different opening credits, right? Because y'all talking about a lot of people saying Derek wasn't in the credits. Y'all know Derek is not in the credits with Naomi and Ashley. He's in the credits with.
Yeah, most soap operas do that because there's so many people that they can't do it in one. I know General Hospital. All My Children used to have more than one.
Yeah, so Derek. Now they did say he now I don't. This hasn't been confirmed if he's been reduced, but they did notice that he wasn't in the ending credits.
Well, hell, it ain't much more he can be reduced. We don't see him but once every 3 weeks.
But he was in and he was also in the episode on.
He was in the beginning. He had a really big role, but his role, him and Ashley honestly have been reduced as the weeks went on. I think nobody, the storyline with them, I don't think they know what to do with it. Because I think that originally they were supposed to be a bigger part, but as so here's what I don't know. Obviously, I'm not in the writing room. I don't know if the writers are responding to us lack of care about their storyline, or if their storyline was always supposed to take the trajectory that it took. That's the part I don't know. Because in the beginning, Ashley was one of the first people we met. It was her first day on the job, becoming a nurse. Everybody came, because remember, we were like, why? Everybody came down to the job and was like hip hip hooray and gave her medals and shit. So she was a big part in the beginning. So I'm wondering if the writers are actually responding to people not really receiving them, or if that was always the plan.
You know how I feel. I think that I do feel like they watch people and watch reviews. I feel like they are on social media. Well, I know they're on social media, and they listen to what people saying, because they trolled you again this week with Deanna, with Joey and Vanessa, when she was like, "Oh, the twins sent her a picture from the ski slide." And she
said, "Look, sent me a picture from the ski lodge." You know what? I'm over it. You know what? I'm never asking again. I am never asking about that girl again. I don't care if we don't never see that girl.
She said, and she showed him the picture. I said, "Girl, you don't give a damn about that." When it comes to I'm gonna say this. I think when it comes to Deanna, I still feel like they didn't know what direction to take that girl. I still feel that way.
I get that.
Because nothing makes sense with her, because she's on a ski trip. We're talking about your daddy died. I get that you didn't go to your daddy's funeral. I get that. Like, I'm not a funeral person myself either, right? Because I just had an aunt that just died actually at the beginning of this week, right? And I'm not close to that side of my family. And I've been thinking all week, is like, am I going to this funeral when they have the funeral? Like, I've literally been sitting here thinking to myself, like, do I go? Do I not go? Because I knew my aunt, but I wasn't like super close to her. And so, but again, this is an aunt, not my daddy, not my mom.
I was going to say, that's their daddy. And those are the only kids. Like, that is it. And we've been talking about these twins since day one. I just feel like I understand why we didn't really see them. Like, I get it. People, like you said, but once, and I understand that it wasn't the plan for him to leave the show. Like, I get it that they had to write his character off because he got sick and he had to leave the show. But go get a day actor. The same way y'all brought that boy on, you could have brought a girl just for one. Even if you just brought her on for 1 or 2 days to film those 2 or 3 scenes, and then we never see her again, that's fine. But the fact that y'all just want to, like, y'all playing with us. Like, now I just think y'all playing.
I definitely do. 100%.
Because they didn't hire people. I mean, we got Lucky for one day. We ain't seen him since. We have Isaiah's a new character that we've seen. They just signed another white guy, and I hate to say it like that. I just don't remember his name, but he's a white guy. Somebody said that he might be Ashley's new love interest. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know who this guy is, and I'm fine with that. Like, I'm fine with them keeping Ashley and getting rid of Derek.
They had a black boy that was a day act too. I think it was 2 of them this week. One of them was at Uptown, the one that Danny and Vanessa was trying to recruit.
Right.
He was a day. I know he's a day actor because I saw on Facebook when they were talking about him coming. Then it was the guy at the country club that gave him the wine, the champagne.
Yeah, I mean, we could. So if you could, I mean, again, it ain't a budget thing. It's literally and what I don't understand is, and I really, this is one of those things where I really wish we could get like an interview with somebody in the writing room, because I need to know why. Like, because y'all had to have had conversations about the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Spiller Boy said, if there's a budget for that bad
that's what I was laughing at.
Not that bad wig that Donnell wears. They could have bought him a sister. You know what?
That's why
Diego. We ain't seen Diego. Get him his salary.
That's why I say I just don't think that they knew what direction to take this girl in, and I think that's why we haven't met that girl, because it just doesn't make sense to meet Donnell and not Deanna.
Right. And it sounds like they're starting to, it sounds like they alluded to when Donnell came and said, and she was like, how's she doing? And he was like, well, she's not doing that great. Like, but again, so it sounds like maybe they're building a storyline that maybe there are some other issues there. But again, Vanessa, if you don't get your ass in your Bentley, BMW, Mercedes, Land Cruiser, whatever you drive, and drive your ass that 45 minutes to Banneker College University. Because if Vernon can drive on a daily basis to go down there and lecture 3 times a week, it ain't that far.
She too focused on that fucking Joey Armstrong.
Yeah, she remind me of Brittany from Salt Lake City, child.
She do. Running out the dick.
Right, they brought on a new scammer lady that knows Haley. Child, they had a budget to hire somebody for 2 or 3 days. Donnell is funny looking. I have to agree. I usually don't speak too much on looks, but So
you know what? I will take Donnell over Tomas.
Now, Tomas is who they need to recast. Oh God, he's horrible.
This week with him, and I'm like, dude, it was the fact that we having serious scenes about Anita having cancer, and you got Tomas over here. I'm like, oh God, this is bedpan acting. It's horrible.
It makes it worse when you have these great acting scenes, which is what we had this week. We had some great acting this week with Vernon and Anita and Bill and Ted and Danny and Nicole. Like, we had some great acting this week. And then Tomas.
Because I was like, what the fuck is this? When they were at Uptown, you know that tequila gives you a headache, and you should drink this water, cat.
Right, drinking hydration is your friend.
I was like, oh God, Tomas, please shut up.
Better.
Tomas is better when they having sex.
And we ain't seen him do that.
Exactly.
And did you notice how he went to Puerto Rico without her for the holiday?
Mm-hmm. I've really been trying to give Tomas a chance, but that acting is just I can't take it.
Yeah, we were talking about that lady, Kenya Jones, that allegedly Derek didn't get his contract. He's not coming back. So let's get into a few other storylines, and we can come back to Anita, because again, there's just so much there to unpack.
Mm-hmm.
But Eva and Isaiah, they look like they spent Christmas in bed. I mean,
they did. I mean, I ain't mad at it.
I like them. I like the fact that they're giving Eva something to focus on other than Kat and Tomas and all that bullshit. I like it.
Here's the problem.
Isaiah's acting. He needs to step up too. His acting is a little.
Here's what I will say. I do like Eva and Isaiah, But when Isaiah, mentioned having a girl, which again I get it. I said it before. Some of y'all like it's not too soon. Eva said it's too soon, but I think the reason why Eva saying it's too soon is I think Eva is still hung up on Tomas. Let's just be real. Wait a minute. Thank you for mentioning her mama.
Wasn't that cringy?
Let's talk about her mama real quick, because I'm sorry. If I'm having a conversation, first of all, we're not going to have first of all, I didn't even have a sexual conversation with my mama. It was uncomfortable. But I'm definitely not going to sit here and have it. And then you talk about how fine he is. And
talking about was he good in bed?
Was he good in bed?
I wish my mama would ever.
That was so cringe.
Ever.
Girl, your mama going to sleep with me eventually. I mean, it's Leslie. Let's be real.
Well, they already said she stole Peaches, man.
Exactly. So it's Leslie. I don't put nothing past Leslie. But the fact that you were asking your daughter how good was, I'm like, you really, especially when she opened the door and she was talking about how fine he was. I'm like, oh, girl, you just ain't got no kind of self-respect.
Leslie is just nasty.
Gotta.
Just nasty. Anyway. So we see that they're building up that storyline. Now, Leslie made a visit to Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, we see Leslie with Malone first. Mm-hmm. And, basically, he told her, he gave her the oldest line in the book. My wife just don't understand me. Yeah, I'm married, but we about to get divorced. My wife just don't understand me. And then Leslie, gave him a hard time. But then when he was like, all right, well, I'll just go then. Then she going to put her hand on his leg. Talking about some, no, you don't have to go nowhere.
Baby, Leslie is free with that box. Anybody, if you give her a good, a look, she'll give it to you. But the problem that I'm having with Leslie is it's not even. I kind of like her with Marcel. I kind of like that. Even though, like I said, and it's what I said last week, Leslie is the type of woman that don't give a damn if a man is attached to another woman.
She don't care.
If she wants him, she's going to get him, right?
Yeah, she doesn't care.
But the thing that is irritating me with Leslie, and but I think you and I have both said this about Leslie. We saw where she was going with this. Leslie is all about self, and Leslie, even with this money, Leslie is all about self. And so the things that she does is not for other people. It's for people. It's for self-satisfaction, right? Because when she was talking about the Leslie Thomas clinic, I'm like, girl, and then she's like, this is her clinic. I'm like, no. You would have never thought about this clinic if it wasn't for Samantha. Like, you don't really took Samantha's idea and just exiled that girl. Now you're talking about it's you and Eva's. If you two broke Betty's were still broke, y'all wouldn't be able to do it. Like, now, I love Leslie, but Leslie just do stuff, and I just be like, girl, you just do too much. Leslie's one of those characters that you love to hate.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. She's a great villain. Like, Leslie is a great villain. And because she's unapologetic. She don't give a damn.
It was funny her with Joey, because I was like, anybody else with Joey, I don't think Joey would have sat there and entertained that conversation and the way she was talking to him. But it was because it was Leslie, I mean, and she's batshit crazy. What can he do to the woman? Because she ain't afraid of it. And she let it be known.
Because I think even Joey was like, huh? You know what I mean? I think even Joey was a little bit like, the hell?
Mm-hmm. He didn't know what to do with Leslie.
Did you know that Mama E from Braxton dated Detective Malone? I did not know that. Thank you. Really? Little known history facts. I did not know that.
I didn't either.
So do you think that Joey is going to go into business with Leslie? You think he's going to take her up on her offer?
That one I'm not sure of.
I think he is, because I think that gives another. I think he is because I think it gives another dynamic. That gives us other storylines. We get into the storyline of Joey, and because you saw it, Detective Malone is trying to warn her next week. So we've got the Detective Malone, the Joey. Now we got the Vanessa. And Vanessa's friends with, like, it's a whole dynamic there.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure, you can say whatever you want.
Because I thought about you when I was watching that scene at what was it, New Year's Eve, when Joey was talking to Vanessa and he was talking about how he was falling for her, and her face, the look on her face. I finally saw. I think I'm starting to come along with you, because you've been saying that you think that Vanessa was probably trying to work, setting up Joey a little bit. When he said that, when he said he was falling for her and she didn't say anything back to him, I was like, so is she playing him or not? Because she's been playing like she been.
That's what I thought. I don't know what Vanessa is doing now, because the way she acted a fool at Winterfest, and I don't know what the hell is going on now, child. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Because I was kind of seeing, and I was like, okay, maybe she is playing him, because she didn't say nothing back to him and he said, I think he said love.
And she didn't respond. Ain't that what she's been wanting him to do all this time?
And exactly, that was what she's been wanting him to do. So I was like, interesting. So I was like, maybe Vanessa. I get that she's a grieving widow, but you weren't that. I mean, when we met you, you and Doug were going through it. So
right, whatever happened to I thought, you know what, BB, I thought about Chelsea Stalker like during this week when I was watching. I said, we don't know whatever happened to her. We ain't, because I think I might have saw her on TikTok or something, and I was like, where's she been? So I'm hoping that that's something. Well, because I mean, they did mention it when Ted was talking to Anita. They mentioned, what she went through. So maybe maybe they're gonna come back around. Maybe her trial is gonna start up. I don't know.
Well, I ain't thought about that girl in a minute until Bill brought her up. I was like, oh, I've forgot about that.
Also, I'm wondering, and y'all work with me on this one. Y'all know sometimes I be coming up with these crazy ideas. Work with me on this one. I'm wondering if Psycho Leslie is going to come back out when she starts to realize that Shanice and Ted, because remember she saw them on Christmas Eve. And this whole thing with Leslie has kind of fallen off because they're like, we don't have enough evidence. But if she feel like Shanice is really, really, really messing with Ted, I wonder if Psycho Leslie is going to show back up.
Oh, she is.
And then and maybe that's how she will get caught, because Shanice time and a half.
Oh, Psycho Leslie coming back, because she don't play about Ted. And even when New Year's Eve plans, it's like, girl, she was like, what they could do. He was like, no, thank you. I'm like, thank you, Ted, for saying no. Because even when she was suggesting, I'm like, no.
Well, when she showed up with that damn mistletoe, he was like, girl, bye.
He is delusional. And then when she was like, I want to talk to you about something. And Shanice was like, is it about your mother? She's like, no, Niecy, it's not about my mother. I was like, you are so... Shanice was holding back. I was like, Shanice, if you don't just wrap her up one good time.
So everybody thinks that she's gonna come. Okay, so everybody thinks that Psycho Dana is coming back. Okay,
absolutely,
because we gotta wrap that up. And let's be clear, Leslie's not going to jail forever, right? But we've seen this happen on soap operas before, where they do go through the motion of a trial. They go through the motion of her going to jail, and then something happens. So right. Leslie's not going to be gone, but it will be interesting to see the process. And maybe if they get rid of Leslie for a little while, I wonder if that would change people's perception of Eva. And I know y'all in the chat are going to be like, hell no, fuck Eva. But I'm just saying, like, if because a lot of people have them together.
Mm-hmm. I'm guilty of that.
Only a few people have been able to separate the two, right? So if you eliminate Leslie out of the equation,
mm-hmm.
I wonder if that changes things for Eva. I'm not saying it will, y'all. I'm not saying it will. I'm just throwing out. We're going into season 2. So we got a whole nother year. You know what I mean? I'm just throwing some stuff out.
That would be
She's rich. She's not going anywhere. Well, that's not why I'm saying she's not going anywhere. I'm saying she's not going anywhere because she is the villain on the show. The villain's not going anywhere.
Yeah, she's gonna be around for a while.
That she can afford to hire a lawyer. Yeah, she can afford to do all of those things. But even if she couldn't, even before when she was poor, I kept saying she ain't going. She may go through the motions, but she ain't going nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the budget,
you were the person I was thinking of when I said that, ma'am. I know how you feel about Eva, my love.
Speaking of the budget, Beyond the Gates, y'all definitely got money because y'all had Kenny Lattimore this week.
I'm sorry. How much do you think it cost to book Kenny Lattimore?
They had. I mean, it ain't that much, but let me not say it's not that much, but they had a little bit of money. They had a little bit of coin. I mean, they booked
Kiki White, and they probably got a 2-for-1 coupon. Come on now. Come on. I'm not listen.
I mean, Kenny Lattimore's not.
No disrespect, because I love Kenny Lattimore and I love Kiki White, but they not filling stadiums.
They're not. They're not. But they got a little bit. So you said they getting a Popeyes gift card?
You know what I'm saying?
They gave him a Popeyes gift card and $20.
Virgo say not too much. Listen, I love Kenny Lattimore. I love Kiki. But what I'm saying is you can catch them at the City Winery for $30. That's all I'm saying. Now, should they be filling stadiums? Absolutely.
And Madison was.
Are they filling stadiums? No.
They're not.
That's all I'm saying.
And Madison, she was giddy to see Kenny, which I ain't gonna sit here and hold you. I was happy to see Kenny too. I was, because I like Kenny. I do like him, and I was
right, Ravine, right.
Not $25 with a group. $25 with a group. Oh my God!
Don't make me go on Ticketmaster and find out how much a ticket costs.
Well, it's more than Rashida.
You know what? Touche.
Because remember, she was talking about a tour. You know something that's so funny? I was thinking about Kiki. I was like, and I went back to think about when I was growing up and I was listening to Kiki White, and I didn't realize all the songs that she sang were covers of other songs until I really got older. And I was like, wait a minute, does she have any original? And somebody in the chat, please let me know. Do she have any original songs that are hers?
Who, Kiki?
Yeah. Harold, absolutely not. I ain't want to see no damn Rashida.
Correct said Kenny is from the DMV. That's why he was on the show. But Kiki was on the show. She's not from the DMV. I think they just got who they could get.
Oh shit! I hope these people don't see us.
I don't mean no disrespect.
I know she has songs with Avant, you guys, but I'm saying like individual, like Kiki. Like, does she have any original music? Because nothing in this world.
She's got original music now. Does she have hits with those original music? That's the question. Because she's got albums. Like Kay just said, she's got 3 albums. So somewhere there. But do we know it? But did any of those songs become popular? You know what I'm saying?
Because what her first album, that was Patti LaBelle's song that she did.
Yeah,
that was Patti. One thing about Kiki, she gonna perform her songs and she gonna give you some. Oh, now when y'all talk about runs, that's gonna be a running ass heifer.
Oh yeah, Kiki gonna give you a run, child. They probably could have got Tasha Scott too.
Oh no. So she can sing that gospel song that nobody.
No, Tasha actually released a song back when she pulled that last stunt she pulled with the residuals thing.
She did, but
and that song was actually nice. I knew it was her as soon as because I listen to Pandora a lot, and it came up. One of the I think I was listening to like Today's R&B Hits is one of my, because I have a shuffle. Yeah. But one of my channels is Today's R&B Hit, and as soon as I heard that first note, I said that's Tasha, and I had to go look, and I was like, yeah, but the song is actually pretty nice. Now I ain't downloaded.
I ain't gonna never download.
But it was nice though. It was actually I liked the song. It was actually a pretty good song.
Only way I'm gonna listen to Tasha is if she comes on something, and I'm just like, oh, we listening to it, and it sounds good. That's gonna be.
Because didn't she come out with a Christmas album too?
She sure did, and it flopped. Everything is flopped with her.
Well, you know. So you do right by your sister. Nothing good is gonna come to you.
I mean, Beyond the Gates had a lot of cameos in season 1 because we had terrible. God, I would prefer to never mention this again, but I gotta mention it. Giselle and Wendy,
the Grand Dame.
Yeah, Karen. Cajun, you a lie?
Don't worry about it. Listen, ain't nobody full of occasion.
But yeah, and before we came on, y'all, we said it wasn't a lot to talk about. We didn't want to talk about season 2. So we're doing some. You just talking, right? Season. I do hope they have more cameos in season 2.
I want them to, and I, again, I don't want to be too. I don't want to feel like I'm being too scrutinize it too much, too more. I can't get the words out, but what I do want is I want us to tie up some of these storylines. I feel like there are a lot of storylines they've left hanging.
Which storylines in particular?
Well, like the 2 we just mentioned, the Leslie, and running the girl off the road. What's the old girl name? Laura. Like the Leslie Laura of it all. The Chelsea stalker of it all. I need them to wrap up this. I need them to do whatever they're gonna do with Haley and
I was
just
Bill. About to say that. At this
I need whatever's gonna happen with Haley and Bill. I need it to happen. I wonder if this new person is gonna throw a monkey wrench.
I think so, because as much as I don't like Haley, I do believe that the girl has ulterior motives. I have to agree with Haley, but here's my problem. I'm kind of confused, and I said this last week, and I'm still gonna repeat it again this week. I'm still confused what the writer's direction is with Haley at this point, right? I'm wondering, because it from the outside looking in, it feels like it's a situation of we're supposed to know what Haley is doing and see all the flaws and faults with Haley, but Bill cannot see it, even though it's clear as day. Now he was a little short with Haley when she was upset about Danny this week, and I was like, "Oh, come on, Bill."
I told you, I think that Bill. I don't think Bill has it all figured out, but I definitely think that Bill has some. Is suspicious of some stuff when it comes to Haley, because again, the way that I told you, the way he looked at that teacup, and then now all of a sudden St. Bart's is off. He was all gung ho for St. Bart's. Now all of a sudden it's a go. The house done fell through. He never said nothing about the contract falling through. I just think that he suspects something, but he doesn't know. Yeah, he definitely thinks that something is off. He ain't got it all figured out, obviously, but I think he's definitely suspicious. But again, his male pride. Because of course he blew up his whole life for this hooker. So he's gonna be slow to admit that, but also the fact that Danny is not available is going to be, I don't think he suspects that she's trying to kill him, but I do think that he's suspicious of some stuff. So it will be interesting to see how that plays out. I just need them to rev it up, because again, it's been dragging.
It has.
Like I said, Haley lost me when the man passed out, and then she was scared. Girl, ain't that what you wanted? You've been trying to kill him. You should have been happy. Like the way she played that, I was like, I'm confused right now.
Now, we'll ask a question. So when Danny went over to the house this week to tell him about,
the boy say she's tiresome. He's tired of the playground antics. He definitely was over her this week. He was definitely over her.
He is tiresome. I was so confused by Haley, because Haley was eavesdropping and heard the whole entire conversation about Anita having cancer, but then she still
had an attitude.
I was like, so what's the end goal? I didn't understand that. That was so confusing to me. Because I was like, you heard it. I want Danny just to whoop her ass one good time. Because Haley is just so fucking rude. Like, you let this woman in your house, but then when you let her in your house, you have an attitude with her. Like, nothing makes sense with Haley at this point.
Yeah, so I need so that's what I need them to get to that. I need they can keep slow walking the Joey, Leslie, because I think I'm enjoy their sparring. I think Joey and Leslie, I will enjoy seeing the sparring of it all. They can definitely she's double-minded with double-breasted lips. You know what, James?
And for the love of God, get the girl out of animal print. Y'all did it. Y'all done it once.
Baby, they love to put Haley in a good animal print, honey.
Because y'all given her some scenes with non-animal print clothing, but then this week the animal print was back. I was like, oh, here we go with Peggy Bundy again.
I'm gonna be honest, I still don't like the close proximity of the relationships, but I do like how they're writing Shanice and Ted. I still don't like the fact that Shanice is in such proximity to be in like friends with Nicole. But I like the way they're writing them. They're cute together. I love You know, the little kiss on New Year's.
Mhm.
And I love how he just pulled her in, like, hey, come here, girl.
I was here for it. Now y'all know I'm here for 10 and Shanice. I think it's cute. It's just the Nicole and
Yeah, I just hate the Nicole
Carlton.
part of it because now again, if they had never given us scenes with Nicole and Shanice being cool, like if she was just a nurse at the hospital and they knew each other obviously in
The
passing,
passing.
but you got Shanice calling her by her first name, you got Shanice trying to set her up with other people, and to me, if I were Nicole on the other side of it, once I found out that the two of them were dating, I would think, oh, so you was just trying to set me up because you're trying to make sure that Ted was free and clear. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I like the way the writers are writing it. And Ted sending her little cute messages talking about some, do you take payment in kisses? I said, okay, I
I
see you,
was here for
Ted.
I was here for Also, another thing I want to say, shout out to the wardrobe department. Now, sometimes they do miss when it comes to like the hair and and everything. But whoever styled Nicole for New Year's Eve, I love
I mean, let
that.
me tell you something. For me, Nicole has seldom gotten it wrong.
Oh God, her hair, the makeup, the dress,
Nicole
she
has
looked.
seldom from that very first scene of her driving up in that big body Benz and getting out the car with that bobbing, baby. She has for me, Nicole has seldom gotten it wrong.
She looked
I'm
good.
gonna say this. I don't always agree with the choice. Like, I don't always like the outfits, but I do think that the styling department, the wardrobe department, what they're doing is they're giving each character a personality. Like
Hmm.
Danny is supposed to be this eclectic fashion girl. So her outfits are crazy, but they're like that crazy fashion couture, like the stuff that we wouldn't wear regularly. But because Danny's supposed to be like that wild child. I'm a mix, patterns and prints and oh, excuse me. The same thing with Haley. We hate the fact, okay, but they've given Haley a personality. Like Haley gonna wear, if it's an
And
animal print, Haley gonna wear it. Like they're consistent in how they're giving each character a personality and how they dress. Anita is going to give you that
ooh,
flowy,
yes,
she's going to give you those flowy, like
F tens.
regal. You know what I mean? So I don't, it's not always my style, but I definitely think it's consistent and they're giving each person a personality. Hey Fedora, happy new year to you as well, my love.
Yeah, I agree.
So I agree, but because I hate some of the outfits that Danny wears, but it's supposed to be like her personality.
Yeah.
So with Nicole, baby, Nicole drags down. Do you hear me?
Also, another person who I love, I know everybody don't like her style either, is Kat's. Her New Year's Eve look, that was cute.
But again, she's supposed to be that boho chic style, with the leather, like that leather jacket she had that was like patterned. It was really cute. The natural hair, you know what I mean? Like, so again, I agree. Everybody doesn't like her style, but it's consistent in that boho, you know. Kat is supposed to give you that Chanel style. Like a lot of Kat's outfits are very Chanel inspired. I'm not saying she wears
Hmm.
Chanel outfits, but they're like that Chanel inspired, that business suit, that very Chanel inspired attire, you know. Yeah, Anita, baby, Anita. Oh, I love it. I love how they style Anita.
I
They
do.
said that somebody said that the wardrobe designer has won a daytime Emmy. I can believe it.
I can too, because they do a good job.
They do a really good job, and like I said, they've given they especially those characters they've given, and they're consistent in it. You
Mhm.
know,
It may not be things that we all necessarily like, but
yeah.
no, we can find different people. Because even with Eva's style, I do like certain things that Eva wears. Like I didn't, I when they took a break, I didn't know, I didn't, I it wasn't that noticeable to me that they had added extensions to Eva's hair.
They did, and I don't like the extensions.
Because I was like, I thought I remember
Because I
her.
think her hair is so beautiful, natural. I don't think they needed to add that much body to it. It just it made it, to me. It made it too big for me. It was giving it's borderline Diana Ross now.
Yeah,
So I didn't think they needed to add those extensions, but I definitely love the natural hair that Eva gives us. I love it.
and then even now I want them to figure out a style for Naomi's hair because they have done different styles for Naomi's hair.
Yeah, because sometimes it's natural, sometimes she got on a wig, sometimes it's straight. Yeah, they definitely have given us some different things with Naomi's hair. Yeah. So what do you think they're okay? So speaking of Naomi, where do you think they're going with this Naomi, Jacob? Because Naomi is sort of floundering.
She is, and I'm really sick of it at this point.
Her
Like,
storyline is sort of floundering. I think originally she was supposed to be the antithesis to Bill. She was going to be the lawyer for the people. She wasn't going to be, she didn't want to be like her dad, and she was going to be this like storefront, which is kind of what they did with June, but they really haven't, like they did it in the beginning with the class action lawsuit with the sexual harassment, and they did it with June, but then after that it's kind of fallen off. Like they got to give her something to crusade. They need to give her a case or something.
they got to do something because for the last few months she's been unbearable because she's been pissed off with Jacob.
And that's like I need you to get over that.
So I'm curious to see what direction we're going in now that they sat down, they talked, and because I was like, why not just talk to the man about stuff that you feeling, especially with that stupid ass Christmas gift, girl. If you thought he would just give you a monkey, why not just ask him, what is this? What the fuck is this? And then he can explain it to you.
And like I said, your husband. Like that wasn't your first Christmas. I wasn't, you like, has he given you them kind of gifts in the past? Like I said last week, like if you know your significant other and they're not great with the gift giving, but this just seemed like it came out of nowhere.
It did.
Completely. And you were so, first of all, you snooped to find your gift. So that's on you. And see, if I was Jacob, I would have let her think it. I would have let her just be mad all night. I would have waited till the next day. I would have just let her be mad. And then I would have been like, I mean, I like the fact that Jacob didn't get an attitude, but I'd have got pissed off. Oh, now Naomi needs to lose Jacob. Ooh. They're showing that they really don't know each other. Yeah, because how, like, go sit down, girl.
It makes you wonder, like, how long have y'all been married?
Yeah. Martin and the re-election situation, not sure where they're going with that. I try to stay away from it because I know y'all don't want me to be petty about it, but
about him not living in DC and stuff.
It just don't make no sense. But moving on, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
Speaking of him, the kids, they had they did something with they saw Regina.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, but yeah, they saw Regina
on
Christmas Eve when they were tree trimming.
Oh yeah, that's right. But yeah, I mean, I'm curious. So I'm curious to see where we're gonna go with that storyline with the kids. Now that Regina's back in the picture, I'm curious to see where the storyline goes.
Kay just said in real life, Jacob just purchased his first home. He's adorable and seems positive. I saw where the actress that plays Samantha, she bought herself a car for Christmas. It was nice. She bought herself a it was a Mazda or something like that. But she was like, my Christmas gift to myself. I was like, you better go, girl.
Yeah.
He was drunk during the review and doesn't remember.
I don't drink Cajun. Shut up.
Oh, you talking about?
He's talking about me.
I try not to read the comments when Cajun is being a troll.
I don't drink, so yeah.
You don't drink at all?
Not like that. It's
okay.
It's very rare that you're gonna see me drink.
Oh, okay.
Like super rare. Now you might catch me take an edible. That's
we know. We know.
That's a different story. Now, if you say he was on the edible, that I would believe before you say he was drunk, because y'all were very rarely see me drunk. Y'all will see.
I love that too. I love that she bought herself a car, and I loved that I love that it was a practical car. It wasn't like she went out and bought a Lexus, top of the line Lexus, BMW, whatever. But I also love that she wasn't ashamed to show it. Like, baby, look, this is what I got myself. And again, it's nothing wrong with that. But I think we have gotten so caught up in labels and only showcasing those things. I think we've gotten, when I say we, I mean as a society. We've gotten so comfortable with, well, I'm not going to post my new car because it's not, I'm on a television show and people are going to expect me to drive a BMW. But I love that it's practical, because at the end of the day, Beyond the Gates could get canceled tomorrow.
And she could get, hell, even if the show don't get canceled.
Right. Or she could get fired tomorrow. Right. And she's not, I mean, we know we don't see her every day. So I'm sure her salary isn't,
up there with
like Anita's salary. So she's probably making decent money. But I love the fact that she made a practical purchase. I love that.
I do too. It's smart.
Alfre Woodard said that she's been living in the same. She lives in the same house. She's been living in the same house for like 30 years. She said that because she was being interviewed for something, and the person who was interviewing her was like, "Well, what about your neighbors?" She was like, "My neighbors know who I am," and they were like, She said the neighbors know who I am. She said every once, during award season and stuff like that, they're used to seeing the limos come through or cars picking me up. She was like, my neighbors know exactly who I am. And she's like, I've been living here for, I've lived here for 30 years. Because her thing was, I like my house. I can afford my house. It's comfortable. It's a nice neighborhood. I'm good. I don't need to go buy a house in the Hollywood Hills. And, because she's like, I never know when I'm going to, right. She's like, I don't know when I'm going to get my next job. I got to live reasonable. And I think people have this misconception that everybody that's an actress or a singer is rich. They're not. Especially in acting, because you might get a great gig for 2 or 3 years and you might not work again. I mean, we saw old boy from the Cosby Show.
Yep, he was working at the grocery store.
He was working at the grocery store, and it wasn't that he didn't work. It's that he didn't work those types of roles, because that's what Whoopi Goldberg said that one time. Whoopi Goldberg was like, when people, when people would ask her, about being an actress or whatever, oh, I want to be an actress. Oh, I love it. Da, 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 da. And she said she will always ask people, do you want to act or do you want to be a star? Because it's two different things. She was like, you can act anywhere. You can do community theater and act if you really just want to act. She's like, but if you want to be a star, that's a different conversation.
It is.
So
I'm glad that they made practical purchases, because that's why I've always told myself, like, if I get money, I'm not a flashy person as it is. Like, it ain't my thing.
Well, for me, it depends on what kind of money.
I'm still just not I'm frugal. Like, I am super frugal. I don't like spending money.
Well, for me, it depends on what kind of money. I mean, if we're talking about Powerball $1 billion money, there will be signs.
Not even with me, it still wouldn't be signs. Like,
there will be signs.
Because I'm not gonna buy a flashy car, because I don't care about cars like that. I would buy a nice house.
Yeah, I would buy a nice house. I don't need a mega mansion. I would buy a nice house, and I probably wouldn't move that far from where I live now, because I don't live that far from I told you I live near where Candace and Ashley from Love and Marriage DC. They live in the same neighborhood. I don't live that far from them. I don't live that far from where Jamie and Arena live. I don't live that far from a couple of now I don't live in a gated community, but I don't live that far from them. So I probably wouldn't even move that far from where I live now. But yeah, I would buy because I'm in a town. I have a townhouse now, so I want a single family, and it would be nice, you know what I mean. But it wouldn't be ridiculous. Like you said, I don't need an estate. I don't need. Right. I don't need a 10-car garage and all of that.
I don't need a garage, but I do need land.
I need a pool.
I want land, and I do want a pool.
A pool would be a must for me. I would need or at least a big enough backyard that I could build a pool.
Yeah, I want land.
Yeah, I want a pool. And I wouldn't buy like 20 flashy cars, but I probably would buy one really nice car. And I ain't talking about like, I don't need like a Rolls Royce type car. I mean, like maybe a really nice, I've always liked BMWs or Lexuses. So I'll probably give me a BMW and a Lexus, but I wouldn't get like 10 BMWs. You know what I mean? Like I don't need 10 cars. It's just me. I need one car, but I probably would buy one really nice car. But other than that, yeah, I'm good. I would probably, of course, take care of my family, that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it wouldn't be nothing ridiculous over here. I'm too old. At this point, I'm old enough to maybe not make those kind of mistakes where I'm like, ooh, spin. But I would definitely quit my job.
Oh, absolutely, baby.
Yeah, I'm definitely quitting my job.
That's the first one. That would be the first.
But I definitely, like I said, I would blow a little, like Powerball kind of money. I blow a little bit. I'd probably take me some really nice trips, top of the line.
That would be what
you know what I mean? I would take me some really nice trips,
That probably would be where you would notice I have money. The trips that I would, I would take more extravagant trips at that point. But as far as like purchases,
yeah, I've never been a big shopper. I don't see myself just going shopping. Like now there's some things I wouldn't deny myself certain things that I've wanted, but right. I don't see myself just going to the mall and just be like, boom, boom, boom. Like I'm not that person. But I definitely would be, listen, I'd be traveling. I travel now and I'm broke. So, it's
right. I do too.
All right, y'all, back to this. Because this is the wrap up of season. Now, I know some of y'all said that season 1 is gone. I don't know why they did that. That was so stupid.
So I noticed that Paramount does that. Like when a new season starts of the soap operas, they get rid of the previous seasons. Because they do it with Bold and the Beautiful and Young and the Restless. But I don't know why. But I did see people say if you have Paramount Plus through Prime, it still has season 1.
Yeah.
Speaking of something, because I see Cajun, and speaking of Cajun, I don't know what edible you've tried that makes you forget stuff. Because I remember everything. Because I remember everything that happened when I was high last week. I remember every single thing. Because I'm actually, when I get off of here, I'm going to go have a conversation with my cousin about that. Because I just got to clear up some things about why everything. Because it started out really funny, but it went down. It went down. But hey, um. Chelsea Cat. That's where I was going. Where we were going. Chelsea Cat. I'm curious because I know I saw that they have a new bag coming soon.
Yeah, the Anita. It's already sold out.
Really?
Because Trees tried to get it and it was already sold out. I didn't want the Anita baby I wasn't crazy about the Anita baby. But it's funny, me and Trees met up yesterday. Friday. We met up Friday and she actually had her Chelsea Cat with her. I was like, you should have told me how to bought my Chelsea Cat. But yeah, we so the new one is the new drop already sold out.
That is good for them.
I'm loving it. I love the fact. I'm loving it for the company that they linked up with.
Mm-hmm. Because it's a black-owned business.
It's a black-owned designer. Yeah, I'm loving it for them. Ravine said she tried to get the Anita. Right, it was sold out. Right. Yeah, I didn't want the Anita baby either. It's not my aesthetic. It's a pretty bag, but it's not my thing. But Trees wanted it, and she said that when she went to go, by the time she went to go get it, she said it was gone. So they'll probably do a second drop like they did with the first Chelsea Cat. They'll probably do another drop, but with different colors.
That's what I want them to do something for because that wallet that Chelsea gave Bill, I like that wallet and I want that wallet. So writers, hey, everybody.
Yeah, y'all need a men's line.
Make that wallet happen because I loved that wallet that she gave to Bill. I want that wallet. Like
well, you need to get in her inbox just like Cajun got her. If enough people ask for it, they'll probably make it happen.
Get into whose inbox?
The creator. If it's FS Style or something like that, is the actual creator of the bags. FS Style. If you go to Beyond the Gates on Instagram, it's in their link.
Okay, I'm gonna go because I definitely want that wallet. Like hands down, I need that wallet. I like that wallet.
Okay, Kay just said he already requested it, but people need to request it because the more, it's just like anything else. If they feel like people are going to buy it, if they feel like it's a demand.
Because it's a soap opera. I know that your audience is primarily women. Women do have husbands, most.
Yeah, but they probably missed the opportunity with Christmas. They would have probably got a lot. You know what? They need to get it together by Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
They need to get it together by Father's Day. The designer, they do have men's accessories, but they don't have that wallet that they had on the show.
Yeah, I want the wallet. I want that wallet that Chelsea gave to Bill.
Because we saw that one wallet was like $500 or something. Wasn't it something crazy?
Oh, wow.
Remember we looked on the website and I was like, well, they do have a wallet, but it was like $300. It was and you were like, nah, but it still wasn't the same wallet.
Mm-mm. So yeah, I'm loving. I love that aspect of Beyond the Gates as well as how blickety black it is.
Yeah,
love it. Because when they were at Orphan Jeans, Ted and Shanice, they were eating black eyed peas.
Yeah, they were.
They were eating black eyed peas.
Yep. Shanice told him he needed to get his black eyed peas because he's telling something. I got dibs on the catfish. She was like, "You don't eat catfish on New Year's Eve." He was like, "Well, what am I supposed to be eating?"
And I'm gonna say this because me and you know what? I didn't remember it last week. We didn't even discuss it. Old Ted and his comments that he made.
Well, I did a whole video about it. Yeah. So I'm gonna let you speak. I'm gonna let you say your piece. I did a whole video on it. So for those who don't know, the original Ted did an interview that sort of went a little viral where he made some comments about not wanting to play homosexual characters. Talking about because he's a Q and he's got to be a manly man, and how would he explain that to his frat and his faith? He just doesn't believe in that, and that he's just not going to play a homosexual character.
To me, it's just pure ignorance. I think it's just ignorance all the way around. Like, you don't want to play a gay character. Okay, that's fine.
And he also said he couldn't do it because he's not gay. That's what he said too.
And that no one's saying and that's the problem. Nobody's saying you gay if you play a gay character.
Right.
When you play a gay character, you can say to your director or your whoever, I don't feel comfortable kissing him, doing that kind of stuff, emulating that stuff. But just playing a fucking gay character, Okay, what's the problem? You have people, you have characters that play womanizers, abusers, the R words. Y'all be okay with that shit. But the minute you say anything about same sex with a man, it's all, oh hell, I can't do that. Y'all want to go to the Bible, but there's some of again, you're acting. Nobody's saying you are gay. Again, like Lawrence Fishburne, he played Ike Turner, who was beating Tina Turner's ass. Is he?
And it hurt his career. That actually hurt his career because people couldn't separate it.
Exactly. Like, is he one in real life? No. Like, he did a job.
What cracks me up is he had a problem or has a problem paying gay characters because it was against your faith, but you didn't have a problem with a man who committed adultery.
Exactly. That was my biggest thing. Your character cheated on his wife, had an outside baby. Those things are in those two things are in the Bible.
Right. And let's be clear. And I mean, and you know, I'm on the outside of the club. So if you have everybody has a right to how they feel, but I don't have an issue so much with him saying, hey, I don't necessarily, you know, I don't necessarily want to play a gay character, right? Like somebody said, I don't want to take that role away from a gay person, right? Cool. Mm-hmm. But when you bring in the faith and when you type, yeah, because you know, I'm a masculine kind of guy, because that's what he said. I'm a masculine kind of guy, you know, and I'm a mentor to the kids. Like, how do I explain that to them? Now is where I have a problem.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with you saying, look, I don't want to take away that opportunity from a gay character, or I don't know if I would feel comfortable playing a gay character. I'm okay with that. I think that's fair. But when you start making it about your faith, and then you start talking about, oh, because I'm a masculine guy, and you know what I'm gonna say to my frat, like Ravine said, there are gay Qs, there are gay everybody, there are gay Alphas, Sigmas, Qs, Iotas, Masons, like whatever organization you are in, you got a gay man there. I promise you do.
That's where it just comes into play for me. Yeah. Is the whole religion aspect. It's like you have an issue with playing a gay character, but
Will Smith did it, and early in his career, Will Smith did it.
But you don't have a problem with playing anything else that's against the Bible in the Bible that's negative. An adulterer that's in the Bible.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I didn't have a problem. That part wasn't, but it was now you want to bring in your faith. And now you want to make it about you. Now what you're saying to me is, well, I don't believe in that gay shit. Those are my words, not his. I'm saying that's what I'm hearing, and because now you're making it about your faith.
Right, and then you want to say, oh, you're masculine and all this kind of stuff. There are masculine gay men.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are masculine gay men everywhere. Like, y'all go along, see, and I think the problem is, I'm going to say this person's name. Some of y'all might get offended by it, but I've said it on my channel numerous times when it comes to his shows. He stereotypes gay people. Tyler Perry. His gay characters are very the stereotypical finger snapping girl. Yeah.
They're either that or they're DL. Mm-hmm. They're one or the other. Either they're very, very feminine, or they're these DL characters.
Mm-hmm. You don't get the different facets of gay people.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that. You just see those two stereotypes of gay people: down low man or the very flamboyant feminine guys. And that's not everybody in the community. So and that's what I will say. So I also will say his shows do perpetuate different perpetuate that, because what Maurice was saying is typically this, it's really the stereotypical Tyler Perry show gay character, like Maurice on Sisters. Not every gay man is like Maurice on Sisters and want to sleep with every straight man, hit on every straight man and stuff like that. So no, I wasn't upset. So let me clear this up to everybody. I wasn't upset that he said he doesn't want to play a gay character. I'm not upset about that. I don't give a fuck about him not want to play gay character. That's his prerogative. For me, it was him saying it goes against his religion and all this kind of stuff. It's like, if it goes against, like, and that'd be my thing. Y'all say a lot of stuff go against y'all religion, but when y'all play different things like child abusers, people who touch kids and stuff, y'all don't have problems with that stuff. It's just when it comes to gay stuff that y'all have a problem with it. But it's his prerogative. He can do whatever he want to do. I don't even know how that came up in that conversation, because I saw that clip. Somebody sent it to me. I was like, I just didn't understand
how I watched the whole interview, and I'm actually trying to remember. I don't remember how they got there either, because I watched the whole interview because I said I wanted to be fair, and the interview was like 40 minutes long. So I did watch the whole thing. I don't remember how the conversation came up. I'm being honest. I don't remember. But I know his new role he's playing, it's like a faith-based movie out of Charlotte and maybe that's where it came from. I think maybe she said your faith is very important to you or something like that. I'm not, again, I don't want to lie. I don't remember how they made the transition. I don't remember.
Just don't offend people is my whole thing.
And then it makes me wonder, like, what about Brandon and the guy that plays Smitty? Like, how do you? Because they're gay. I mean, they're playing a gay character, but they're gay in real life.
Wait, so like, Brandon's gay?
Yeah.
I didn't know Brandon was gay.
I
couldn't. I've been trying to figure out if Brandon was gay. I knew Smitty. I knew the boy who plays Smitty is bi.
Yeah, on his Instagram, he's done a couple of things that I'm like, oh, okay. I can't remember now, but
he always has a.
I want to say like maybe doing Pride, but Brandon is gay.
Okay, I was wondering if Brandon was gay, but I couldn't, because I never see him. I do see him like with his home.
So wait a minute. Melrose is saying that Martin is not gay. I thought Martin was gay. I could be wrong. I don't want to put nothing on nobody, but I could have sworn I saw stuff. I could have sworn Martin was gay, but I could be wrong, y'all. I could be wrong. I don't want to lie on nobody.
But I know Mike is because Mike is married to a man. But I didn't know,
But he's Zatima.
Yeah, I mean, he plays.
Martin played a straight character. Well, just because he played a straight character don't mean he ain't gay.
Mike is the guy who plays Smitty, y'all.
Okay, hold on. Let me go to his Instagram. Let me see.
Yeah, I know Mike, man. I know Mike is bi. Because he came out on television.
But I could have sworn. The only reason why I say that is because I thought I saw something on his Instagram.
But I did see some posts last year about the LGBT people on the show, and Brandon was listed, but I just didn't know that Brandon had came out.
Yeah, I really thought that he was.
Because I'll tell you guys because Brandon was listed because it was during Pride Month. It was Brandon, it was Mike, and then they had Ariel who plays because that's when I found out she was married to a woman because they had some of the LGBT stuff on there. So he might, I don't know. I
could be wrong, y'all. Like I said, I don't want to put nothing on somebody, but I could have sworn I saw something like because I follow him on Instagram. I could have sworn I've seen things on his Instagram that basically he talked about it. Hold on. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
He might be. I mean, he kind of gives it.
I ain't want to say that, but
he kind of gives it on his Instagram because I do follow him on Instagram. He kind of gives it, but
because he says something here. He's advertising something for the LGBTQ, but he doesn't use us. He says they. So that's why I was like, well, maybe not, because he says something about seeing the stories through their eyes, and I was like, well,
not that hot booty will fool the boys.
I mean, all right. I don't know, y'all. I don't want to put nothing on him, so I'm gonna go back to. I thought he was, but I'm gonna say I don't know because I don't want to put nothing on that man. But I'm scrolling through his Instagram. I don't see him with any pictures with any men or anything like that. That doesn't mean anything. But I follow him on Instagram, and I feel like he has said stuff that made me feel like it.
Oh, he definitely has done and said stuff that will make you feel it.
Yeah, but again, that doesn't mean he is. So, that's interesting. And if he's not gay, I respect the hell out of him for playing a gay character.
I do too.
All right. Well,
that's why I prefer New Ted. I know.
So I done scrolled all the way back to 2020, and I see stuff that I feel like are suspect, but I'm not gonna say it's nothing here definitive.
Right.
Child, I done went back to the pandemic, child.
That's why I prefer New Ted. But I've always, I know, y'all know I've always like, I did like Turtleneck Ted, but this Ted that we got now, he's perfect. I love him. He does a great job. Like, he does a really good job as Ted.
He does. And I wonder if he was still playing Ted on the show and he had done that interview. I wonder what if there would have been any like backlash.
And let's just also kind of be for real with each other. Keith is a better actor than Maurice, in my personal opinion. Y'all might not agree, but that's just how I feel. Keith is a better actor. But
he was on Nickelodeon.
But I'm biased. I'm biased to Keith because I grew up with Keith because Keith played on Power Rangers, and I love Power Rangers, so that's why I first.
So did Brandon was on Nickelodeon.
Really?
Listen, I told you I done scrolled all the way back. It's a picture of him, like a throwback picture of him from like at Nickelodeon. He's with two white actors. I don't know them people. Child, he is. Yeah, I'm all up in the pandemic. I done scrolled all the way back. So yeah, like I said, there's stuff here that make me suspect, but I'm not gonna say yes.
100% that he is.
Yeah. All right, that's enough because now I'm just scrolling. He's definitely matured.
Yes. But I agree with you. He does have some things that make you kind of go,
I mean, listen.
Make you go about him, but hey. I mean, hell, right. look at his profile picture. Yeah, that profile picture just screams, "How you doing?"
I mean, he's like on his Instagram stories, he's definitely done stuff and said stuff that is suspect.
Cause that profile picture definitely screams, "How you doing?"
I mean, like I remember him like dancing and throwing that booty back, and I'm like, I'm just saying. Again, that does not mean anything. I'm just saying the way he was throwing that booty back, it made me be like,
"How you doing?"
Right? How you
doing?
But again, there's nothing on here, so I'm not gonna put nothing on that man that he ain't put on himself. Okay. I'm gonna be respectful. Okay. Well, with that being said, JB, what you got going on your channel? Well, let me just do this last question. Mm-hmm. And I think I already know the answer, but I'm just going to ask it since we're wrapping up season 1. Mm-hmm. How did you enjoy season 1?
Loved it. It was. I am so happy that Beyond the Gates that CBS, even though I have issues with CBS at this current time.
Yeah, that's the part I hate the most, is that I really, really don't want to fuck with CBS, but
that's my problem, right? It's like I don't want to watch CBS, but I'm happy that CBS gave us this show. I'm so happy for everybody involved with it, and I think they did an amazing job with the first season. It was really well done. There were some storylines that, we were like, can we wrap this up? Derek and Ashley, there were some storylines along the way that we were like, can we wrap it up? But overall, season 1, I enjoyed it. But again, y'all know I'm a soap opera person. I love soaps. And when they announced it was a black soap opera, I was like, finally.
Right.
Finally, a black soap opera, something primarily for us. I love the storytelling. I love that, they stick to traditionally black things, and it's not so overt that, if someone was watching it, they would be like, they don't catch on to it. So I love it. And Cajun, do you want me to say what? Because Cajun asked, what did CBS do for me? Do you want me to say what they did?
Go ahead and say
it. So CBS, y'all know that. So CBS it's a merger that they were doing, right? So they settled with y'all's president because of that 60-minute interview with Kamala Harris, where they edit the interview. Of course, they edit the interview. He felt the way about them editing the interview, so he sued CBS, and CBS could have won that lawsuit, but because of this stupid ass merger, kind of like what happened with Jimmy Kimmel, right? Everything that's happened with everybody on these network news is because of him, because of his frivolous ass lawsuits. They all settled with him when they should not have ever settled with that motherfucking man. Oh God, y'all. 3 more years of this man. But so CBS settled with him, and he's, and y'all know how he feels about DEI. So that's also been thrown in there too. But yeah, CBS settled with him because of the Kamala Harris interview that they edited. But he's been getting good edits as well from Fox News.
Well, also to the person that they put in charge over there, she's MAGA, and basically CBS has now just become basically it's the new Fox News, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the editorial board at CBS has quit. You saw last week they pulled a story that CBS was going to do as it related to the prison that they sent Abrego to with some other immigrants to. Now, what was funny was that Canada played it, so we still saw it anyway because Canada played it. Canada played the segment, so it still got released anyway. So yeah. For me, I feel the same way. I'm so happy to see it there. I've told you guys before, I love that they are unapologetically Black.
Mm-hmm.
I love the show. I don't always agree with all of the storylines, but guess what? I don't think there's any soap opera where I've agreed with every storyline.
Exactly.
So, I do feel like they sort of listen to you guys. So keep talking, keep tweeting. I do feel like that the writers sort of hear what we're saying and sort of adjust. So keep talking, keep putting it out there, you guys. Yeah. And other than that, what you got going on this week over on your channel, JB?
So I'm about to put up the episode 9 of Force, which was really good.
I haven't watched. I'm so far behind on Force. I might get caught up today.
It was really good. So Force is coming. I gotta do Rated to Love at some point. I don't know when it's gonna come up. And then y'all know Potomac is back tonight. Wow.
It is back. Okay, because I wasn't sure if we were gonna get a Potomac.
Yeah, they back tonight. So Potomac and Married to Medicine are back. So I'll do those tomorrow. Please, for the love of God, wrap this season up. Yeah, I'm ready for Atlanta at this point. I've been ready for Atlanta. Especially, I'm excited for Atlanta. So I'm ready for Potomac to wrap the fuck up and just bring on Atlanta. And then
Salt Lake City, the finale for Salt Lake City is next week.
I saw it was this week.
Well, this week. Yeah, this week.
I'm still behind on Salt Lake City too, y'all. So I'm gonna do the finale and then we'll pick up from there.
I want to see the trailer from the reunion because if we don't get footage from the plane for this reunion, I don't want it.
Now they did say that they discussed it at the reunion. I don't know how far they.
I want footage. We've heard them discuss it. They've been discussing it since it happened. I want footage.
Yeah, I don't. Somebody had to record that. I don't.
Somebody saw something.
So yeah, Salt Lake City, and then what else happens this week? Abbott is back this week, y'all. I'm so excited for Abbott. Y'all know I love Abbott. That is my show. And I think y'all know Baddies come on tonight.
Oh Lord.
The interesting thing, at this point I can tolerate Baddies over Potomac, and that's saying a lot. Because at least with Baddies, I know what stupidity I'm getting into, and I expect the stupidity from Baddies. But with Potomac, it's just. I was watching your live about Sharice, and I was like, everybody, you, Scotty, everybody was saying, y'all came out of the interview with Sharice kind of looking at her, a little differently. And I was like, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna look at Sharice differently from no fucking interview with Carlos King. Child, why did I watch the interview and I feel differently about Sharice a little bit? I still don't like Sharice.
That's what I'm saying. I still don't excuse because again, Sharice, you still got some shit with you. Let's be clear. But I do have a different perspective.
Because what she was saying about, and I was in your chat, everybody, and I was watching the video when Carlos was asking her about this person who came in between her and Monique, her and Stacey and all this stuff, and she was like, he said, is the person on the cast currently? She said yes. Everybody in the comments was saying, it's Karen. I was like, y'all.
But I think he thought it was Karen too, which is why he asked again. He said, does she currently hold a flute? Remember, he was very specific because I think he was thinking it was Karen too.
It was the way she was talking that said, I was like, no, it's got to be. It's absolutely Giselle.
It's Giselle.
It's 100% Giselle. I knew it was Giselle from the minute she said it. I didn't even think about Karen because he said, is the person on the cast? And she said, yes. I was like, well, Karen is not on. And people was like, Karen. I'm like, Karen is not technically on the cast.
And that's why I think he asked, because technically people might say, well, we did see her at the beginning of the season. We know that she's going to be in an interview. Like, people could have, how people get petty. So I think that's why Carlos was like, does she currently hold a flute? And then
Mm-hmm.
when she was like, yeah, I think that's when he was like, oh, because I think he thought the same thing.
Yeah, I knew it was Giselle. So I don't feel like 100% differently towards Sharice, but it made me look at Sharice a
It
little
gives
bit
you a different
differently.
perspective.
Yeah, because I realized that Sharice did get played by those women in the like, and I kind of always figured she got played by them, but Sharice plays herself too because it's like you're now talking about Ashley. You said Ashley's been lying for 10 years, but you knew that. We've known that about Ashley. And I do feel bad that for Sharice, that Ashley is now going around perpetuating this thing that she slept with Jackson and all that kind of stuff. And I do feel where Sharice is coming from. And I disagree with Carlos because Carlos, like, if this was a girl, if the genders were switched, people would feel different. I'm like, a lot of people feel like it's nasty now.
Yeah, but I don't think as many. I don't think in the beginning. I think it was a slow burn. I don't think as soon as it happened, people were like, "What?" I think it was a slow burn. Now I think a lot of people are like, "Wait a minute, that's nasty."
Because I don't like Ashley.
But if it had been a man, it would have immediately been like a. First of all, if it would have been a man, it would have never been a storyline. You saw how hard they shielded Michael. If it had been a man, it would have never been a storyline.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with Sharice. If it was Giselle, baby, we would have never known about it.
But it was with those girls. Yeah, we'd have never known about that.
The same way we didn't hear about we don't even know what Mia said to this day.
And Giselle said that, remember at the reunion, Giselle said, well, they did sneak some boys in. I had talked to me about it. I mean, they're teenagers. That's what teenagers do. Yeah, but the only reason why you're even talking about it is because Mia said that. And I'm not saying that we should have known because it's not a big deal. In the grand scheme of things, girls sneaking boys into the house, it's not a big deal. Mm-hmm. But like you said, once Mia said it, we still didn't know until the reunion when Andy asked.
Right. So yeah, I don't feel like 100% differently towards Sharice, but I saw Sharice's side. I was like, okay, Sharice, I'm actually kind of agreeing with you.
For me, it was the baby, the rumor thing, because Sharice got the rap for that for a long time.
But let me ask, because I don't. Season 5. I'm gonna say.
I know, right? Why do we have to keep going back to season 5?
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get off of it. And it's a question to you and to the chat. Like, from my recollection, I don't remember the girls ever throwing Sharice under the bus. I remember Gigi getting her snaggletooth ass on social media, and then including Sharice, Giselle, and all of them. I don't remember the girls of the show.
I'm gonna be honest and tell you I don't remember.
Because I thought
I'm not going back to watch.
Oh, I'm not either. Absolutely.
But I just know that it was always, that rumor was always connected to Sharice. Now, to be fair, I don't know who started it.
Because I remember Monique's friend, because I remember when Monique said her, mentioned Gigi. Gigi then came on social media, because oh God, season 5. I just hate that season so much. But I remember things that happened with that season. And I do remember Monique and Chris going live. Then Gigi going live. Like, everybody was going live around the same, because that's when live was really getting popular at that time. So everybody was going, and we were and that was during the pandemic. And so we were in the house. So we didn't have shit to do. I remember that friend.
The best friend was the one that started it, but for a long time, Sharice was the one that got beat up about it. But I don't remember how that part started. But like Sharice said,
and she didn't film that.
They could have cleared it up, and they never did.
And she didn't film season 5. Sharice wasn't even around.
She wasn't filming, right? She didn't film.
Like that, I remember. Sharice was not even around season 5.
No, that's what she said. She said I never got an opportunity to even speak up to address it.
Now, Sharice, I will say this: you are absolutely delusional, girl. What do you and Monique need to sit down and have a discussion about? You've talked shit about that woman.
Not only that, but if you now on this one, I'm gonna have to side with Candace on this one, girl. If you really want to talk to Monique, call her.
Exactly.
It does not have to be for the show, girl. Call her.
Exactly. Oh, one other show, y'all, we got this week. Traders is back this Thursday.
Traders is back. Yes.
I'm ready for Traders, y'all. I don't know how they're gonna do it. If they're gonna do they typically do 3 episodes for the premiere. But y'all know I'm gonna go live on Friday, and then I'm gonna join y'all.
Whenever. I don't know when, because the 8th is Thursday, right?
Yes.
So I'll probably watch it when I get home from work on Thursday, because it'll drop Wednesday night, right?
Thursday. It usually drops at Thursday, like about. Well, I know I've noticed it at 9:00 my time.
Oh, okay. Well, if I have time to, I will do it. The only reason why I say that is because I'm going out of town this weekend, so I'm not gonna be able to do it this weekend.
Occasionally, they do have the traders coming as well.
What did you say? Would you say you're gonna block him in the traders comment?
No, he said he need regular people. He need regular people on traders. They did cast for a regular.
I need him to go back to that too.
They have a regular version coming, so they're gonna still do this version with the reality stars, but they're also doing just a season.
Yeah, that's what I need them to do.
I want that too. But I'm ready.
Well, the first season was like it was mixed up. It was
mixed.
It was like social media influencers and regular people, and then it was like one or two like celebrities. But yeah, I'm glad they're going to go back to that. Yeah,
I'm so ready to see who the traders are going to be this season and how they play compared to the last few. Oh God, because last season them traders were terrible.
They were horrible last season.
Bob the drag queen.
Oh God, they were horrible.
Danielle and her crying.
Danny was the worst.
And I'm a huge Danielle fan because I love. Again, Big Brother, love Danielle, but I'm excited for traders because I'm excited to see. I know some of y'all don't like Candace, but I'm excited to see Candace and even how Portia plays because that's what I've been itching to see. How the fuck does Portia Williams play a traders? Does she play a ditzy dumbass? Because me and my friend were having a conversation about that. I know we're going too long, but me and my friend had a conversation. I'm like, I think that Portia, some of that is an act with Portia. I think
some of it's an act too.
I don't think Portia's as dumb as she plays. Now,
notice she doesn't really play dumb anymore.
Mm-mm.
She doesn't really do the dumb act anymore. But I think in the beginning, I think she was overplaying too. I don't think she was as dumb as she was pretending to be either.
Because I still don't believe that 265 days was a real thing.
I still don't believe the Underground Railroad was a real thing. Girl, your father was Hosea Williams. I still don't believe that was a real thing.
Somebody has to be driving it. Girl, they didn't have trains.
Girl.
But that's all I got.
Yeah, so anyway.
Yeah, that's all
well, y'all know that's pretty much what's going on over here as well, y'all. I'm going to do, at some point today, I guess I'll get Love and Marriage Huntsville done. It wasn't a lot other than me talking about Maurice ass.
Let me ask you a question about that. This clip that I've been seeing, is that from this week's episode when him and Kimmy? Oh God.
And then of course we have Potomac tonight, tomorrow the Whether You Like It or Not panel, Tuesday the Salt Lake City finale, Wednesday is the Whether You Like It or Not the Scene panel, Thursday, if the episode has dropped, we'll get into some traders. So that's the week over here. Gotta get over to the other channel because I got some stuff to talk about over there, and I ain't been over there in like 3 days. So we're gonna figure it out, y'all. We're gonna figure it out. But with that being said, y'all, we're gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for being here, and we're gonna talk to y'all later. Peace. Think Portia will make an excellent trader? I don't know.